Okay, hi everybody, back again with another unboxing video. Again, it's the Zombicide Invader game that I got through Kickstarter. It's by the same people who brought you Zombicide. And this time it's the actual base game we're taking a look at. So I finally got around to the base game. I believe I've only got 2 more boxes to go through for you to see. So say this is the base game. So this is going to be a fairly lengthy video. So without further ado, let's get started. Straight out the box, here is the instruction manual. Just give you a quick sort of look inside. Here's all the components in the game. Again, it seems quite simple to sort of pick up and play and learn. If you're familiar with Zombicide, then you should be okay with doing this. It's got several pages of how to play, and then as we get to the back of the book somewhere, I'll just skip through. There we go, we have missions. So again, same sort of setup as Zombicide. And there is quite a few missions in this book. Now if we take a look at the back, it's just a round summary of how to play the game. Next up we have just normal bog standard dice. You have your little pins that you place in your character board, which I'll show you in a little while. And you have your bases so you can see who your character is on the board when playing. Here is the character board. So you put your equipment in there, what you're holding in these slots, that's where your character card goes. That's where your spare little pins go that I just showed you earlier. And at the bottom you have your amount of creatures that you kill, the points that you get. Again, it goes up in various stages from blue all the way up to red. So if you're familiar with Zombicide the game, this is pretty self-explanatory to you, you've seen it all before. And here are your positions for placing your counters for your life and all that sort of thing. And what extra, I'll just show you one of the cards. Place it in there so you can keep a track of what you've got equipped for your figure. We'll come up to the character cards in a little while. So you have a whole deck of cards. Here is your spawn cards for the xenomorphs, depending on what colour you're at on your tracker on your board. Depends on how many are spawned. You'll see all these minis in a little while. But again, exactly like Zombicide. So that's your main bulk of spawns up cards. Here we have equipment cards that you obviously have to, when you search, these come up. Just quickly flick through these. Really nice artwork on them. The artwork just gets better and better with these games as they get more advanced. So you've got a whole deck of those. Also here we have your 2 robot sentries. Again, not having played the game, I couldn't tell you if these start the game or if you have to find them. That's the special instructions for them. Let's try and get the light off. There we go. These, I'm assuming, are special things that you have to find as you're running around your spacecraft. Here we have some special weapons. And a different stack of special weapons. Here's some of the punch outs that you have. Quite thick card. This is, I don't know if it's not spawning spots, but I think these are placed on the board and certain things can appear out of these throughout the game. If you flip them over, you see it's all burning, so I'm assuming that's if you destroy it. There's quite a few of those, but I've got the plastic versions, as you've seen in previous videos. Okay, next up we'll take a look at some of the punch outs. So you've got doors there, you've got sound markers. These are the spawn zones, exit, probably objective tokens there. And they are all double-sided. Again, I have the plastic versions of these, so I won't be using these when I play the game. You now have, I think it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game board tiles. Nicely detailed, as you'd come to expect from Zombicide people. Double-sided, of course. So I'll just keep quiet here and we'll take a look through each one. Of course, you can use these for other games if you wish that you have in your collection. Work perfectly well with any space exploration type game involving minis or even tabletop gaming. I did buy an extra pack of these, so I've actually got 18, purely because if you do want to play a massive game with your friends, you can have one set of boards with this side and you can add the other set of boards with the other side onto it for a massive game, which will probably take days to play. But that's why I buy an extra pack. It's a really nice artwork. I have seen some people post videos of custom games that they've done where they've actually made 3D sort of equipment and buildings and that, and they've actually put it on the boards. So rather than have a flat board, they've made it into a 3D sort of game. I'm not talented enough to do that, but I have seen videos on it and it does look very good indeed. Just trying to flip through these quite quickly because we've got the minis coming up next. My voice sounds a bit rough at the moment because I've got a bit of a sore throat, so apologise if you can't quite understand me. And I'm trying to do this fairly quietly because there's other people in the house, and it's a bit embarrassing when you're making videos and about these sort of things and people sort of sniggering over your shoulder. And we have just one more board to look at. So yeah, there you go. That is the actual board. The only thing we've got left to look at now is the miniatures. So we'll start with the aliens first. I apologise, I do not know their names, but I'll go through them all so you can see all the different sculpts. Hopefully the camera will stay in focus. Not sure why there's a bit of red there. Can't really see the detail on them at the moment because they're not painted up, but they will be at some point. So I'm going to show you every single sculpt that there is. A lot of people when they do these videos just go through a few, so I will show them all. Also you have various amounts of each one. How many more we got here? Let's have a look. Not sure what sort of paint scheme I'm going to use on these yet. Probably a sort of a pinky, very pale pink sort of colour. Bit warped there, but never mind. A bit of hot water will sort that out. Still stands okay, so shouldn't be a problem. They all do look very similar. I think we've already seen this one, but I'll show you again. Got a lot of these. Going to start to look at some of the bigger ones. I think that's it for that one. I'll just show you them all together. So you get a hell of a lot of them. And they come in this box in the game, in the board, or in the box should I say. And there's a little diagram at the side to show you where they all go. So we'll now move on to the second tray of miniatures. Again, it's got some monsters in, but it's got the big guy in there. This is the big abomination. And there are some aliens in here, but you've already seen them, I've already showed them earlier. So we'll move on to the final part, which is the heroes. So I've got to try and see if I can get this right. I'll show you the sentries first. Here's the gun sentries. That's one. And here's the second one. Again, these would be ideal to be used in any tabletop gaming. Okay, now the heroes. So I've got to try and see if I can find the right one. So the first one we're going to take a look at is Vivian. I'm not going to say who they're based on, just in case I get it wrong. And a load of people start screaming at me, no, that's not that person, it's that person. So I'll let you decide for yourself. But I think you can plainly see who it's supposed to be. So that's Vivian, and her miniature is this one. Really nice sculpting on these. So there's 6 heroes in this game. Here's Mitsuki. And her miniature is this one. Next up we have Magnus. Let's try and see if there's a couple of miniatures that look very similar. So I think this is Magnus. So a couple of miniatures have similar sort of stances. Yeah, that's definitely Magnus. Does have numbers on the bottom, but I think that's just mould numbers. Next up we have Jared. And I think this is Jared. Since my last video I have painted a few more, but I'm going to wait until I've done quite a few before I post a video on those. Penultimate one now, we have Cole. And here's his miniature. Camera's not really picking out the detail as well as I'd like. And the final one is Baraka. And here she is. And this is what this tray looks like. So yeah, there you go. That's the actual base game unboxing for Zombicide Invader. Just got two more boxes to go through, which is the Dark Side box and the Black Ops box. So stay tuned for those. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys on the next video.